The two swords of the great dog demon. One, able to take away 1,000 lives. The other, able to give 1,000 lives. Of course, I'm talking about the Tetsaiga and the Tenseiga. Both these weapons were made from the fangs of Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's fathers. Why I say it plurally? From their father. They didn't have two separate dads. They had one dad. Let's make that clear. I kind of fucked up there, okay? Anyways. Inuyasha's Tetsaiga was broken by a ogre fodder demon thingy that Naraku created. After breaking Tetsaiga, or rather, after having it be broken, that is, okay, Inuyasha decided to get it fixed by Totosai, who, as we all know now, is the craftsman of both weapons. Totosai reconfigured Tetsaiga by utilizing Inuyasha's fang. By doing so, the Tetsaiga's weight became heavier. This is because Inuyasha did not know how to fight with his own power. He's always known how to fight with his father's power, but not his own. And thus it brings us to volume 20 of the ever so never-ending tale of Inuyasha. And before I start this volume review, how about you go ahead and subscribe to the channel already? Especially if you're one of those guys fucking lurking around and thinking, should I, shouldn't I? You should. Okay? Just fucking do it. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Make sure that bell is ring-a-ding-a-dingin' and gives you a thumbs up. That way, the YouTube algorithm will know that my content is worth watching. Alright, so, Inuyasha Volume 20. Fuck. This volume is gonna have, like, it has two stories to it, kind of. We get the... Well, okay, here's the thing. The start of the first story was actually the very last chapter that we read in Volume 19. However, the rest of it is in Volume 20, and that is the battle against Ryuukossei. Now, Ryuukossei was basically the dude who ultimately killed Inuyasha's father. Well, it's basically been hinted at that the wounds that Inuyasha's Oyaji had sustained while in battle against Ryuukossei is the reason why the great dog demon died. But Inuyasha's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to make this fucking sword lighter, and if I surpass my father, so what? Like, he's actually not there for revenge. But Ryuukossei kind of thinks he is. Now, the key thing about this entire match is Inuyasha, at one point, he actually loses his sword. And we see that demon side come out. And yeah, with the demon side, he's able to push Ryuukossei back. But Inuyasha, being the brash individual that he is, and also being the hard-headed motherfucker that he is, okay, decides that, you know what? This is too fucking easy. And plus, you've been treating me like I'm some punk-ass bitch when I'm fighting with my sword. So, I'm gonna show you ain't no fucking punk bitch and beat your ass with my sword. And that's what he fucking did. Inuyasha willingly grabbed Tetsaiga. And by having this overbearing confidence, out of nowhere, Tetsaiga felt lighter. It just felt lighter. And it makes me believe that maybe the reason why Tetsaiga was lighter before is because Inuyasha knew that it was from his father, knew it was an heirloom to him alone, and had the confidence behind swinging it. Now, the reason why he felt it was heavier when it was his fang was because he knew that this new Tetsaiga was no longer from his father. And maybe somewhere deep down inside, Inuyasha felt that the brand new Tetsaiga would not hold up to what the past version of Tetsaiga could do. Which is probably more or less a mental thing, because it seems here that the minute he gained that confidence, not only was he able to utilize the cutting wind technique, which is still a funny fucking technique, honestly, but he was able to utilize the, hope I'm saying this correctly, the Byakuruhan, or as the English naming anime calls it, the backlash wave, where, just like with the cutting wind technique, where you can see cracks in the air to show him where to actually cut through, this time, however, he's able to see those cracks in the air along with the enemy yokai's energy by utilizing both forces. Basically, what he's doing is he's utilizing his own energy plus the energy of the enemy yokai, which then creates these tornadoes of destruction, or a backlash, essentially. Which the name actually makes sense in English, backlash wave. But you know what? Even though I remember him learning the backlash wave in the anime, I don't remember this Ryuukossei character at all. I mean, a big-ass purple dragon that has a fucking face in the middle of its forehead, that's kind of hard not to remember. That's a very distinct-looking character. And I was surprised that this fight didn't last longer than it did. You know, I was actually expecting for this battle, especially considering the fact that this is one of the only living legends that had fought Inuyasha's Oyaji and had, well, not necessarily won, but survived. Which makes me, honest, before even going into this volume, I was thinking, okay, this is probably be a volume purely dedicated to this creature, to this legend. And this is probably the first time where, aside from the fact that Naraku technically revived Ryuukossei, he didn't stick around and bark a bunch of fucking orders. So that was fucking nice too. But of course, this little chapter came to an end, and then we get this next story, which is centered around a dark miko named Tsubaki. So, it's nice to know that even the world of the mikos, that there's also an evil side to that as well. In that portion of the story, I don't know. I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time. What I liked about it was that we got to learn about this dark miko named Tsubaki, and the fact that she is a old ass bitch with a grudge against Kikyo. And when she learned that Kagome was reincarnation of Kikyo, she has a grudge on Kagome because, well, why the fuck not? And also because she's a dark miko, she could easily taint the Shikan no Tama, making it embedded in darkness. And throughout the whole time, whether facing off against her, Kagome's under this curse, or was it Juso, I believe it's called. And it became more or less a way to see the progress of Kagome. And if you haven't been paying attention, then you know that Kagome is probably one of the, in my opinion, more powerful characters in the story. But her power fluctuates way too fucking much. It's like almost as if Rumiko Takahashi makes her powerful enough for certain situations, but then weakens her in other situations. Almost as if Kagome's spike in power is beneficiary to the plot when it's convenient for the plot. Which is probably why I have a hard time really reading Kagome's, level in this story. Like, if I had to go through people's, power levels or whatever in the story, I'd say at the top right now would probably be Naraku, Sesshoumaru, and Kikyo. Right underneath them, I'd say it would most likely be, Inuyasha and Sango. Below them, Miroku, and teetering kind of like, between all three is Kagome. Because sometimes Kagome is right up there with fucking Kikyo, Sesshoumaru, and Naraku's level. Other times she's right there with Inuyasha and Sango. Other times she's right there with Miroku. It just all depends. But at least she ain't fucking useless like Shippo. Yeah, guess what? The kid did not do a goddamn thing in this volume either. Why is he there? Why is he in this fucking story? Fuck. But anyways, about, what's her name? Tsubaki, there you go. Oh, about her. She tried to curse Kikyo at one point, and Kikyo deflected the curse back to her, and Kagome did the same fucking shit. And honestly, it's pretty damn funny, but what's not funny is that fucking Tsubaki didn't die, and so she's gonna show up at some point later on, I'm pretty sure of it, with another stupid underhand technique. So now we have two motherfuckers in this story who do underhanded shit. And in case you're wondering, wait, Tsubaki and who else, Justin? Who's the other one? Naraku, of course. And I think Naraku stopped creating children. Or maybe he'll still create more children. Because, a villain of his status needs as many fodder-ass henchmen as they can get. And with that being said, what do you guys think of Volume 20 of Inuyasha? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you'd be so kind, actually, fuck that being so kind. Subscribe already. Okay. Also, make sure you hit that notification icon, and make sure that bell is a ring-a-ding-dingin'. And give this video a thumbs up. That way the YouTube algorithm will know that my content is worth watching. Alright, I'll chat you guys later. Bye.